Well, we're back at it again by popular demand. This is our 2025 How to Dispute Your Property Tax tutorial here in Tarrant County. I am Callie, the broker owner over at Ritchie Realty. I am not a tax assessor or a specialist by any means. I just enjoy doing this for you because I dispute my taxes every year. We have a few properties, and every year I'm able to keep my valuation down. Hence, it keeps my property taxes down because they could only go up a certain amount if you have a homestead. And we're going to talk a little bit about everything. But I know everybody is asking, okay, how do I do this, Kelly? How can I dispute my taxes for 2025? Now, you should have gotten something like this in the mail. It probably is a blue color if you got it in the mail. If you do not have a tax account set up, you're going to want to make sure that you're paying attention to your PIN number so that you can get your tax account set up. If you did not get one in the mail, it's easy. I printed this out for my tax account. We'll show you how to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and dive straight on in and share my screen. I did this last year, and I mean, in less than 45 seconds, I was able to bring down my taxes, my tax evaluation by thousands and tens of thousands of dollars. So I haven't done it this year. It's a new little board, kind of similar, but a little differences. So I'm going to walk you through a few things to pay a look at, to pay attention to. Let me get my words out. All right, now I have all my properties here. Red Wolf Leaflet. Here you can see Zavala and Bellatrix. If, by the way, if you are living in your home, make sure that you have, right from the get-go, a homestead exemption. If you are a veteran, if you are disabled, if you are a senior, make sure you're filing for all of the exemptions that you can possibly qualify. If it's an investment property, you're not going to have an exemption. How can you check and see if you have your exemption? Okay, let's see here. I'm going to go to property here, look at my exemptions. Here you see what says homestead general exemption. If I go to this property here on Red Wolf and I hit exemptions, you see there are no exemptions. That's because it's an investment property. All right, so which property are we going to start with? Let's go ahead and start with, let's just go from the top to the bottom. How about that? Now, I have no idea what's going to happen. Last year when I did this, remember I said every one of them I was able to bring down, and they countered with me on a valuation. Now, something that they've done interesting this year is when you go to your documents here. So let's go to documents. You're going to see that they did a 2025 residential postcard. So they essentially sent out a postcard saying that, hey, we're going to use your same valuation from last year and we're going to apply it to this year. So, hey, you don't really need to do anything. I'm going to go ahead and do something because, again, my job is because I want to keep bringing them down. And as a real estate broker here in the state of Texas, I saw that our properties values over last year in the Alliance Corridor came down a little bit, not significant, okay, but a little bit. So why don't I want my taxes to come down and follow suit? Let's see what I can do. Now, this is the easy, simple way of doing it. And let's go ahead and start. Now, where we're going to go to is here where it's, so if you want to get all your documents, so let me start right there. So one thing you want to pay attention to is, and I'm going to stop my share real quick here, is one of the things that they use the comparable properties. These are the properties that they use to look at your valuation. I can look through these and I can go, do I want to use these or not? Or I can go to, now I can use my MLS. If you have a realtor, ask them for some comps. If you want to go to a tax a specialist, they can do that for you as well. Or, you know what, go to realtor.com, go to Zillow, use it for your benefit. Find the homes that sold for the least amount of money. That's what we want in 2024, not 2025, okay? Because the tax assessor goes out the previous year to do the assessment. Now, let me go back to my shared screen. So you're going to want to have that. Make sure you've done a little bit of research beforehand so that you can decide what price that you want to put in because you will have to show some kind of proof. Now, go to protest, value negotiation protest. Now, again, you only have right here till can't even talk, May 15th. It is May 9th. You got only just a few more days. Make sure you're making it happen. All right, let's go to our protest. There we go. This is the property market value that they gave. Now, I had to dispute this last year, and I won in a dispute, and that's where they got this 456. They did previously assess it at 487 last year, or 511, something around there, and I got it all the way down to 456. Now, again, they're saying, hey, we're going to let you use that. But I went and looked at my comparables and I found some that I thought maybe are a little bit lower than this 456. So just because they're using the one from last year doesn't mean I can't put another opinion of market value here. All right. It's like, oh, I just want the kind of drum roll. I'm going to put in 430,000 and let's see what happens. I don't know. Here we go. So exciting. Okay, let's see what happened. Okay, thank you for submitting your opinion. Um, so market value before settlement, your opinion of value, final market value. If you accept, please click accept to sign and finalize the offer. If you disagree, please click reject. Continuing to protest will allow you to upload evidence for an appraiser to review your hearing. So my decision is to accept this offer right here at 430 because that's what I had said. So it's kind of like they took my valuation right off the bat. I mean, if I wasn't like reading through this, how many seconds do you think that took? Okay, so I'm going to say, yeah, I'm going to take it. Hey, it's like I just got it down. Another, what is that, $26,000? Heck yeah, I'll take it all day long. Let's do it. Okay. I have read the above. I have no idea. My electronic consent. Okay, just electronic consent. Now, if I didn't want to take it, but why would I not? Because I'm the one that put it in, right? If I wanted to reject, maybe they countered me with something, and we don't know. Maybe one of the other ones I'm about to do is going to counter me. If I wanted to reject it and continue to file a protest, then I can go forward to the protest, and that's going to take me into a hearing. So I'm going to hit submit. I'm going to accept that. Offer accepted, return to dashboard. You will receive an email from us shortly with the details of your value negotiation. Return to our dashboard. Okay. Well, that was one. That was easy breezy, right? Can we hit the easy button on that? All right, let's go to another property. All right, here's another one. This is going to be on Red Wolf, 2772 Red Wolf. Again, we have no exemptions. This is an investment property. I can go to my documents. Again, I can go in and find all of those beautiful comparables that they use. I can go to Zillow, Realtor.com, check with your own realtor, get a tax assessor, whoever you want to find a valuation for your property. It may or may not ask you to upload evidence of it. Let's see what happens with this one. All right, what did I want to give on Red Wolf? No, I had something already thought out, but now I can't find my papers on what I wanted to do on Red Wolf. Let's go ahead and go. Let's just see what happens. Okay, let's go protest, value negotiation protest. All right, so this is where they were last year. Again, last year they had them up and I disputed them, brought them back down from last year. And let's see what I can do here this year. I want to go in at 331 and let's see what happens. I know it's like only $9,000, but when I ran my comps, that's about all I could do. But hey, any like little bit would be great. Value, there's been an error, try again. Okay, well, let's go to a different property then, if it's going to give me an error. All right, let's go here to Zavala. And now Zavala is another investment property that I have. So you can see in the exemptions, there are no exemptions for Zavala. So make sure you're checking that you have your homestead exemptions or whatever exemptions that you can possibly qualify for. Hit my documents there. I can say, show me my documents again. Now, this is something I want to show you that's quite interesting. And I don't know if it's going to pull up. You can even see a settlement waiver. You're going to see, which is what I did last year. Let me see if I can stop and share a screen with you here, another screen, so I can show you what that looks like. Okay, so for example, here's the settlement waiver. And this is for Red Wolf, okay, the property I was having an issue with. And last year, They assessed it at 387.4. I got it down $47,000 on the final market value. Now, I did have to go all the way to the court hearing because they did send me a counter last year. I didn't like the online counter that they sent me. I said, huh, I think I can get it lower. So I went all the way to the court hearing on this, and you can see that they had it all sorted there. But that was my settlement waiver from last year. All right, let me get back to Zavala here on our portal. And now we are loading docs. I don't know what's happening. Did I like mess up my computer? It doesn't like me anymore. I don't know. Let's try and see if it'll take us to our, here we go. Zavala. Now, again, this is what I got it down to last year, to 263. Cannot remember what I had put in there from last year. I'd have to go back and do some research, but I had done my own research on what I want to offer for Zavala, and it's $240,000. This property sits over in Hazlet. I can probably sell it today for about 320, but I want to, well, let's not, maybe I shouldn't say that too loud, right? So let's see what happens. All right. Now, this is interesting. Okay, so thank you for submitting your opinion of market value before an offer is made. We need some additional information. Do you have any condition issues that may affect your property value? Well, I probably have some window issues, other issues not listed. Let's see what else happens here. And I don't know that I really have some significant issues other than is a rental property. Carpet is aged. Um, let's see here. Windows are fogged. Roof is aged. Let's see what happens with that. I can always add in some other different issues if you would. And let's see here, continue. Value negotiation. Okay. Here it is. Now this is a counter. Okay. The last one, they accepted it. This one, they have sent me a counter. So instead of 240, which was my opinion of value, they gave me 243. Is $3,000 worth me to go and sit in the tax hearing? Possibly, because I might have to do it with another offer, but you know what? Another property, I'm just really not going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and accept it. Now, I want to say this. Last year, let me stop my share for a second. Last year, they gave me a counter and I rejected the counter. I was ready to take it all the way to the court hearing, right? Then 2 weeks later in the mail, guess what? I got another counter and I accepted it. What do you know? I don't know. So maybe they send you a counter now, and if you reject it, they'll send you another one. But you know what? I'm just not going to even chance it with this. I'm pretty happy with the fact that, hey, I was able to bring it down last year to 263, and this year I'm able to bring it down another $20,000. Can I just do something here? Let me just stop my share again here because I just love this. See a little feature here. Can we just do no. Hold on. Let me do my React and let's do this. Does it, there we go. Woo, right? We just brought it down $20,000. Okay. You see how excited I am. All right. Now let's go back to our share screen. Now we're going to accept this 243. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and read the above content, submit. There we go. Now we are back to our dashboard. All right. That's property 2. How much did we save? So we saved 20,000 on this one. I think we saved like 20 something thousand on the last one. So I'm at like 40, almost $50,000 of savings right now on taxes. All right, let's go find another one. All right, let's see what happens when we go to Bellatrix. Okay, Bellatrix, you can see I have no exemptions. That's fine. Always check for your exemptions. Like I said, my documents. Bellatrix was an interesting one for me because I had just bought it the previous year and they wanted to assess it for more than what I purchased it for. So here's a little caveat that you can do. If you purchase your home for $250,000, for example, in the same year, they then assess it for $280,000. Guess what? You have a very easy one to dispute because you've only purchased it for $250,000. That's where you're going to dispute it. That's exactly what I did with Bellatrix. So we are going to go to our protest. Now on Bellatrix, I found some properties that cut me down to like the very same floor plan. Okay, very same floor plan. This is a Meritage home, very same floor plan that sold last year for 335,000. Now, again, I'm not going to say what I think it's worth today, but we're going to go ahead and protest it. How about that? Now, this is interesting. This is a different thing that it's taking me through. Utilize the online product. Okay, no, don't do it through value negotiations, property price, benefits, blah, 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 blah. Okay, all right, next. I don't know. Filing party. I am the owner of the property. Next. I don't know. Maybe it hasn't. Section 2, protest details. State your reason for protesting opinion of value. Incorrect appraised market value. All right. Incorrect appraised market value and or value is unequal compared to other properties. Okay. Incorrect appraised market value and or, okay. So I'm going to go in here. A value is unequal compared to other properties. I didn't really do an analysis on the other properties, so I'm just going to go with we have an incorrect appraised market value. Now it wants me to enter in my valuation. Now they valued this one at three because it's not showing you on the screen. They have me at 363,355. So I'm going to put in 335. You know what? Here's little, if you don't want to even go through the legwork of you're like, hey, I don't want to go through Zillow, Realtor.com. Maybe just go in and you don't want to do the legwork of figuring out what that market value is that you might want to put in. Just put in something that's like, I don't know, $30,000, $40,000 less and see what it counters you with. Because you saw the last one. It's going to count, it can counter. All right, so this one is asking me to load up my evidence. Now, I did tell you before, be prepared if it does ask you to load up your evidence. So I'm going to go ahead and load up my market analysis that I did on this property. Let me find her here. This is the Bellatrix property. Here is my market analysis. I don't know that you can see what I'm doing here because it might just show you one screen, but there we go. I'm loading up my Bellatrix valuation. I have no idea what's going to happen here, but let's hit next and let's see. I need to get one of those like little drum rolls or something. I need some sound effects. Can we get some sound effects? All right. I intend to, now this is wanting me to go to a hearing. Okay, let's go to a hearing. Fine. So I intend to appear in the following manner with my evidence that I have here that, hey, another property, the same floor plan as my floor plan sold for $335,000 last year. So I'm going to appear in person. It's just easier for me to do it. I know where it is. Very easy to go by. Now you can go by telephone conference. I guess you could do that. I don't know why I do it in person. Maybe I should just go by telephone or video conference and save myself a little bit of time and hearing. Maybe I will. Okay, let's see. To offer evidence argument. Blah, 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 blah. Let's go by notarized affidavit. I don't want to go, you know what? I'll just go in person. It's just easier for me. The first available. Okay, so you can pick how you want it to attend. I just go with first available. I would like to request an informal conference before the protest. Nah. All right, let's go to next. Communication opinion. I request notice by email. All right. Email notification, request to receive email reminder of the date, time, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I request to receive final order. Yes, I request to receive a text reminder of the date, time, and yes, text. Okay, you can enter that. I'll put my phone number in because, sometimes I get like really kind of busy and I forget. So let's hit next. Bammo, bammo. Okay, I have read the above. Submit. All right. Now, so this one's making me go to a hearing. Okay. But again, remember what I just told you that last year I did the same thing. It said, okay, we're going to go to a hearing. And then all of a sudden, 2 weeks later, I get another counter. So let's see what happens with that. All right, let's try to go back to this Red Wolf property that I gave us some problems on here earlier. Go to my exemptions. We can see we have no exemptions. Go to my protest. Again, you can hit your documents. You can show all your documents there if you need them. That settlement waiver that I was telling you about that I just showed you last year when I had gone to the hearing and brought it down. I think, what was it, like $40-something thousand, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember all too well. If you are confused about if you did not get that little blue thing and you need to know what that valuation notice is that they are valuing you at, you can hit that there too. But also remember, they gave me that little postcard that said, hey, we're going to go ahead and use your valuation from last year, which was, I believe, $340,000. But this year, I want to try to bring it down. And again, I think this is the one it wasn't going to be too much on, but let's just see what happens for, was it for kicks and giggles? Can I say that? There we go. All right. Protest. All right. Value negotiation. You know what? I tell you what, remember what I said that they're going to make a counter for, sometimes they'll make a counter. What happens if I'm just going to put in 331. Remember, they have me at 340 right now. I was only going to put in 331. Let's see what happens when I put in, I don't know, 325. I'm gonna go too far off. I don't know. I'm just not like a big risk taker, right? Let's just see if they kick me back a counter at all. Let's see. Continue. They took it. I was gonna go at 331. They took it. Ah, let's take it. We will take it all day long, run down to the bank. There we go. All right. You know what? I should have added up. What did I? Okay, so this was at 340. That was 15,000. I think we were at like 50,000 before. I don't know. This would be $65,000 between three properties. We haven't even gotten to the fourth property. Let's go ahead and submit that, get this baby done. All right. I don't even know how long this video is going on. I don't even know if it's been 30 minutes, but we have now disputed four properties in probably 30 minutes. And as I'm starting to share all of this information with you and exactly how to do that. Again, I am so thrilled. I love this. It's so simple. It's ludicrous not to do it. So if you're not paying a specialist or your realtor or somebody is not doing this for you, do it yourself. And I'm going to tell you right now, I enjoy doing it myself. And the reason why is because I like to kind of be in control. If you can't tell, I'm a little bit of a control freak. So, but I like to know and I have a little fun doing it. And I like educating you on this. So because I like educating you on this, again, I want you to tune in to our YouTube channel. Follow us on our Facebook because I'm always creating content for you to help you become the very best that it is as a homeowner, as an investor, as a buyer, as a seller. We have so much great content. Hit us up on the bat line if you need any more help. Until next year, stay tuned and happy filing your taxes or disputing them. There you go.